Right,
Well,
so,
which one do you want to stand by?
we'll just
Black makes you look thinner.
the black then. Right, so we're carrying on. We're carrying on our conversations, heated debates, whatever you want to call it, Fraz, about depreciation and cars.
Is it not a mass debate?
You what?
A large mass debate?
Not right now, thanks. No.
Right. Okay.
We have a bit of an obsession with cars that are a huge amount of motor for the money, and especially when you look at what they were worth new. We've got both these cars. We love them, we drive them. They are obviously for sale, but we can't believe what incredible value for money they are. And not
Well,
just...
I think, Sam, what are you going to say? Because I hate interjecting, but
Go
I'm
on.
good at it.
Yeah. And I can edit you out anyway.
Yeah, Spirit we went and picked up 2 weeks ago?
Yeah, Silver Spirit 2, very late car.
Silver Spirit 2. Already had the Bentley sort of in stock. There's a little story behind it. Sam owned it. Her dad owned it. I bought it at auction. Didn't know Sam owned it. That's how we met. So now, because I haven't got any space, Sam stores it.
I lovingly look after it.
It's kind of gone home. And because it's in the trade, it's still in your dad's
Logbook's
name.
still in my dad's name,
It's
yep.
still in Ian Grange.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, there we go. So, unfortunately, I am unable to sell this Bentley.
Unless it's to me.
Unless it's to Sam. Sam doesn't want to buy it because, hey, why buy it when she's got it in storage and uses it anyway?
We're not finished negotiating on that one.
Brought in this Spirit 2, which we've done a little vid of collecting it, buying it, etc., etc. But we thought it was a great opportunity to compare 2 SZ models.
Yep.
Roughly the same year. I think that's 89, but a 90 model year. This is a 91, still built-in crew at the time.
Same 6.8 litre engine.
Same six and
3-speed
3/4.
auto. 3-speed auto gearbox.
Yes.
The Bentley Eight, interestingly, 221 brake horsepower against 210, so that must be slightly heavier.
Probably.
Marginally.
Probably more cigar smoking equipment.
Bigger
in it.
ashtrays.
Bigger ashtrays.
Bigger ashtrays,
definitely.
bigger cigar lighters.
So, I think what we were going to do as a bit of a comparison was traditionally throughout the 70s, Rolls-Royce had always been the top of the tree and Bentley had played second fiddle. In fact, the Bentley was meant to be the cheaper option. Rolls guys kind of got a bit snobby, you know, like, oh, couldn't you afford the
Although
Rolls?
a lot of people, myself included, prefer the Bentley fascias, even on the T1s.
Yeah, no, and the funny thing is, Bentley have now come back and I'd say a T1 or a T2 is far more collectible than a Shadow.
Yeah, I had a T2 and I loved the look of it. It just looked newer. It looked more. It always looked updated aesthetically, I thought.
Yeah, until this sort of era, Rolls-Royce was your go-to forefront.
To show how much money you had, to splash the cash.
You had to be really, really, really stinking rich or landed gentry to own a Rolls-Royce.
And to put the fuel in it at one point
as
well.
I mean, I seem to remember I had a Shadow 2 in here that listed to 41 grand. We had the original invoice with it. A new 308 GTB Ferrari of that time was 28.
Yeah.
So it gives you the comparison. You had to be filthy rich.
Yeah.
And what had happened, Shadows had become more of a self-drive Rolls-Royce, whereas traditionally you would have had a driver.
Yeah.
This changed again with these, and you've got Bentley here, for instance, who had always been the underdog, and in the 80s they reinvented themselves.
They had a renaissance, and I think the design had a lot to do with that.
And they went for a much younger audience, made them faster, and so would just...
They made them cool again. They made Bentleys cool again.
Bentley became cool.
Top trumps. Can I do my numbers?
You carry on.
Okay, so we've got a 1989 V91, couple of years difference, negligible in the grand scheme of things. The Bentley's done 82,000 miles, which is still a very respectable mileage. It's got beautiful history.
That car, to be fair, is actually full main dealer.
Yeah, under normal
Which
circumstances.
is very rare. Normally it'd be worth 2 sticks in a balloon, but I mean, I know there's a bill in there when it went to Jack Barclay's for a bottom half repaint at £14,000.
There's
I
reams,
mean, it just goes
there's
on
reams
and on.
of Jack Barclay main dealer service history with this, and under normal circumstances, with this mileage and this history, this would be unusually good. However, it is sat next to a 40,000 mile Silver Spirit 2. Well, just 40,750 or something like that. A couple of hundred of which we put on picking it up last week. As I say, they've both got the 6.8 litre engine, it's slightly up on power for the Bentley. But the price new and the price now, as always, is really interesting to me. So the price new on the B8, we think about the 95 mark with all the extras.
90,
There was 74 basic, and we've gone through the spec, and we reckon there's about 20 grand in those days' prices of extras.
This is basically a Turbo R spec on a Bentley 8.
But without the turbo, that's going to blow every 5 minutes. So that's why a lot of people prefer the 8s, me included, because you're not worrying about the turbo.
No, it's the traditional old engine that's tried and tested.
Yeah, I like this. So this, in today's money, new would have been around about the 248, 250,000 pound car, which is a brand new Bentley, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, it's equatable. Now, you know, you can pick them up for 7 to 10. I think this one is nearer 12 because of the history and the mileage.
Which I still think is very undervalued.
And I don't think you'll find another one huge amount of car for the money. So the Roller, new, basic.
You can't say Roller. Do you know the Rolls Royce people get very upset when you call them Rollers? They would like you to refer to them as a Royce.
They also get very upset when ladies own them, so
Exactly.
It's a Roller for me.
Exactly.
So brand new, basic spec 91. This one, however, we have got the original invoice for this. This came in new at 126 and a bit.
Yeah.
126 and a little bit of change. So this one is knocking on the door of 300 grand new in today's money.
Bit overspec'd actually, Sam, this, because this was originally Rolls Royce's own
demonstrator.
It was a crew car. It was,
yeah, so they put all the extras on so they could show everybody all the extras so they could then pick which extras they wanted to order on their car. So as a demonstrator.
Yeah, it was a little bit over OTT, this one.
Nothing wrong with a bit of OTT now and
No,
again.
we like that. Chris Tarrant.
So this now, this is offered for sale and so round about 19 grand. Still a huge amount of car for the money. Now, I think with both of these cars, now's the time to seriously look at buying them. I don't think they're going to go down. I don't think you're going to find another one with this mileage. I don't think you're going to find another one with this history. And I, you know, look after them, use them. They like to be run. They don't want to be sat in a garage. You know, these are cars that need to, you know, they go not show. You want to be driving them around, wafting around in them. And
great Sunday lunch car.
Well, and again, there's the big debate.
And a sense of occasion.
Yeah, and it's a beautiful place to be. You waft around in these. You enjoy driving them. So, you know, I think that these cars are overlooked in terms of the value for money, and I think that will change. I think it's got to change over the next few years.
It has. Look, the only thing that goes against them, because we are doing a for and against, I'm
Yeah,
not here
absolutely,
to sell
yeah.
these, is they're 17 feet long, and most garages aren't 17 feet long, so it's storage.
And they need to be looked after. These two cars have both got main dealer service history, and it would be a real shame to see them sat somewhere not being serviced for 5 years, wouldn't it? You know.
I always like to use the expression "never seen confetti," so therefore it's not been a wedding taxi.
Yeah, neither of these have been anywhere near wedding taxis.